All right, last time I was here was on a day very much like this. The only difference is it was a little bit more windy, a little bit colder. But other than that, pretty much like the exact same day, carbon copy. Spray some bang on this bad boy and see if that'll get the job done. Fish. Oh, big fish. Big fish. Big in. This dude's bass are so freaking healthy. This fish is like 16, 17 inches long, and I bet he's close to 3 pounds. I really don't want to let him drag on the grass, but he's hooked in such a way he's going to be almost impossible to lip. This is a freakishly healthy fish. This is a freakishly healthy fish. Well, I take that back. He's got a bit of a broken tail. That's why he's so short. He's got some like bone damage or something, but it didn't stop. Look at this thing though. This guy, you'd think he would be like handicapped a little bit, unable to hunt real well, but he's so fat. Dude, I'm gonna weigh him just for fun. But this guy, this is a weird looking fish. It's like, even the handicap fish in here, slay crappie. I don't know about 3 pounds. It's kind of hard to guess with such a short fish. What? 2.21. It's a good fish, but he just looks so much fatter because he's like got this little like gimpy tail. That is one of the weirdest looking bass I've ever caught. All right, so he's 2 1/4. That's not a bad first fish. This may be the one I missed earlier because I knew I missed a pretty good size one. That is a thick boy too. He's a good 3.5 inches across the back. Very well behaved. I bet it's actually a pre-spawn female because that's a very fat fish. Here she goes. Look at that. Crystal clear water. Oh, that cast. That was money. There's a bite. Is that a fish? That's a fish. I think. Oh my God, he's so small. He didn't even fight, and there's so much algae on here. It made him feel a little bit heavier. I was like, what is this? I actually felt this guy hit about 5 times before I set the hook, so he may have hit that first time, hooked himself, and he was just so light I didn't set the hook. Look at that. That's a grass bass right there. He's got it all up in his mouth. There you go, little buddy. There's a bite. Got him. Little guy. Little guy, but I'm not complaining. It's the first fish in about an hour. My goodness. He couldn't have got that hook any deeper, man. He wanted it. Oh, he's bleeding. He's hooked in the gill. It's not throat damage. He'll be all right. He's gonna bleed, and it's gonna look worse than it really is, but he'll be all right. Little guy. That's your like average fish brain picture right there. Every fish I see is gut hooked, bleeding out the gills. And I just did it myself. Nothing I could do there. I set the hook as soon as he hit it, and he had just swallowed it so deep. But he'll be all right though. Gill damage looks bad, but throat damage is what kills the fish. Not that gill damage won't, but minor gill damage, nothing to be concerned about. It's a nice little stick right there. Not much of a lay down, but there is a little lay down there. There might be a fish on it. Let's give it a shot. Right there. There's a fish. There's a fish on it. What did I tell you? Good God, am I good or what? Am I good or what? He's a dink, but did I say there might be a fish there or did I not? He hooked himself, man. I was actually pretty concerned he was gonna get off because I did not set the hook on him. It was a good job of fishing on my part to find a spot where I thought there might be a fish, but I did an awful job actually setting the hook. There he goes, he went that way. He went that way, officer. I'm trying to get as close up on these cattails as I can, but I just got one. There's one. What is that? Another largemouth, little dink. Hey, you will never hear me complain about catching fish. I don't care how small they are. You will hear me complain about losing fish or not catching any fish, but you will never hear me complain about, I just don't even care if they're small, man. I just want to catch something, you know? That's my mentality. Look at this guy, he's got his gills all flared up. Little guy, go and get bigger, bud. Looks like the skies are clearing a little bit out west. I actually want it to stay cloudy today because consistency is what the fish like. There's one. That's a decent fish. That's a very decent fish. 1.5 pound range. Stop. There we go. I'm gonna weigh that guy. I've had some days before though, what I was saying before, I've had days like this before where it's cloudy and I'll be catching fish and then as soon as the sun comes out, the bite just dies. 1.20. He's a fat 1.20 though. That's why I thought he was better than that. He fought hard too. All right, go ahead and get this guy back into the water. There he goes. All right, so we know of a 1.2, a 1.28, a 1.71, a 2.72, and a 2.21 in here. That's, you know, 5 or 6 good fish right there. And I consider that little guy to be a good fish. I mean, he's not giant, but he's not really a dink. I mean, he's kind of a dink, but you know, I mean, he's definitely kind of a dink, but he fought. I mean, so there you go. I think I might have seen something chase my lure right there. Unless I'm imagining things. There's a bite. Got him. All right. I probably wasn't imagining things then. Very next cast, I got one. What are the odds of that after, you know, having caught one fish in the last 2 hours? He's another dink, man. I've been struggling to find the good ones today, but I've had the numbers. He did not come off easily at all. All right, little dink. Could have swore I've caught him about 10 times today. Hard to tell them apart. They all look the same to me. There we go. I can live with that one being the last cast. Didn't get any algae on it. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.